Once upon a time in 19th century Germany, there lived a man whose words would shake the world. His name, Friedrich Nietzsche, a philosopher, a poet, a rebel, and a man whose life was as tragic as his ideas were bold. Nietzsche was born in 1844, the son of a Lutheran pastor, but instead of following the safe path of religion, he chose to question everything: God, morality, truth itself. He asked questions most people were too afraid to even whisper. And then came the line that made him infamous: God is dead. But here's the thing: Nietzsche wasn't celebrating. He wasn't saying he had killed God. What he meant was this: in the modern world, science and reason were replacing faith, and people no longer truly lived by religious values. Humanity, he warned, was standing on the edge of a cliff. Without God, who would guide us? Nietzsche believed that old systems of morality were crumbling, and we needed to create new values for ourselves. Instead of relying on tradition, he urged people to live with courage, creativity, and strength. His vision was the Übermensch, or overman, a human being who rises above herd thinking, creates their own path, and lives with purpose. But while his ideas were powerful, Nietzsche's life was painfully fragile. He struggled with illness for most of his life: blinding migraines, failing eyesight, and loneliness. He lived in small rented rooms, moving from city to city, often broke and misunderstood. His writings were radical, too radical for many of his time. Few read him, and few admired him. And then came the tragic downfall. In 1889, Nietzsche suffered a complete mental collapse on the streets of Turin, Italy. Legend says he saw a horse being beaten and threw his arms around it, weeping for its suffering. From that day forward, he never recovered his sanity. For the last 11 years of his life, he lived in silence, cared for by his sister. Ironically, the man who wrote about strength, willpower, and greatness spent his final years broken and powerless. Yet after his death in 1900, his words caught fire. Writers, artists, and revolutionaries discovered his ideas. Some misused them, twisting his philosophy into things he never intended. But others found in Nietzsche a call to live authentically, to face life's chaos without illusions, and to create meaning even in a world without certainties. Today, Nietzsche remains one of the most controversial and fascinating philosophers in history. Was he a prophet of freedom, urging us to embrace life fully, or a dangerous voice